next up, we have NanoBanco. So NanoBanco is a new concept of neobank with the main objective financial inclusion in Latin America, generating a social impact and helping people to manage their money through a digital wallet. So I am going to stop the introduction and hand it over to Jocelyn Weber to finish up the intro. Jocelyn.
Yeah, thanks so much, Nick, for having me here today. Yeah, I'm at UC Berkeley, and we launched a Berkeley Blockchain Accelerator in early 2019. And we've been inviting teams from around the world into the blockchain ecosystem at Berkeley. And there's a lot of intersections, of course, between blockchain and fintech. So when Howard and Nick reached out, I thought, yeah, there are a couple of teams that I think would be interesting for this forum. So I'm very happy this morning to introduce the team from based in Chile, NanoBanco, and their CEO, Rafael, Meruane, and Martin Joffre, and Andres Gomez. And you know what we were excited about is this is just not another neobank, but really a new financial system powered by digital assets. And we were impressed when we evaluated them by the strong adoption that they've already incurred in Latin America for their solution. And the execution in the background of the team is also really impressive. They also already have investment from Consensus Ventures, which is the organization behind Ethereum. And Consensus Ventures is on their board. So I will turn it over to them and let them tell you more about NanoBanco.
Thank you, Jocelyn, for the introduction. Hi, everyone. So I'm going to share my screen. To start, Nick, right now? Or...
Go right ahead. Take it away.
Okay, cool. So, okay, I'm going to start. Okay, everyone is watching my screen? Okay. Okay, sorry, I have to put... Okay, hi everyone, my name is Andres. I'm a part of the team of NanoBanco, a new concept of banking. So I'm going to start with the problem. Sorry. So what is the problem that we identified right now? Millions of people don't have access to the bank system, to the regular bank system, because they must be subject to credit to be a potential client. So right now, there are more than 200 million unbanked people in Latin America, and that's a huge number. In terms of the same problem, we identified that the credit capacity analysis doesn't work with new professions. Like, for instance, a Uber driver right now, or a freelancer, or independent people in general, they are not able to prove their income, so they can go inside the system, you know. So they are outside the digital payment system, they are outside the investment system. So that's a really important problem right now. But for that problem, we built a solution. So we create a NanoBanco that deliver to all the people who prove to be a human being a new account which not only allows you to manage regulated assets, but not regulated assets too. But so the value proposition of NanoBanco is the direct ownership of the assets plus a connection of a hyper highway that allow you a smart use of your assets. So I want to tell you about a use case. For instance, a people in Argentina receive the salary in Argentinian pesos, but they don't want to keep in Argentinian pesos, because the inflation and the problem in that country. So they should convert to any digital asset they want to protect the value of the money. And then when he want to use for something to pay, they can convert in any currency they want or any digital asset they want. So they can convert to Bitcoin or to US dollar or whatever they want. So in our solution, we have a multi-asset wallet where you can convert from any regulated and non-regulated assets. So you can always convert as you want between those kind of assets. And so it's pretty easy to you to manage the value of your money and transfer to your family, to your friends, whatever you want. So why us? Why NanoBanco can? Why the NanoBanco team can do this? Well, we have already reached 330,000 users in the region, and we have traded more than $1 billion during the last 4 years. We have been working in this amazing network in Latin America. And what are the secrets ingredients to create a hyper highway? We have 3 main key elements. The first one is the direct ownership of your assets. That means you own your assets and you manage as you want. We have a global identity. We are really focused in the human being, and that's the only important for us. We believe in people, in humans. So we create a global identity, and you can access to the system. And we have a global regulatory framework that allows us to operate in terms of legal stuff. So right now I'm talking about how far along we are. We have created and interconnect three countries. We have interconnect Argentina, Chile, and Brazil, and have reached more than 330,000 people who use this network, this highway. So today we have achieved the milestone, like corporate structures in 6 countries, cash in and cash out network, and indirect payment systems, and more than $1 billion US dollar traded in our platform. So right now I'm talking to you and show you why 2.2 billion is the really opportunity for this market. So if you see, we have a potential of 200 million people in Latin America who can use this service because they are unbanked people or because they are interested in our services. If you multiply that for $11 US dollar, that is gonna be the monthly average spend or financial services per person. That means a yearly opportunity in Latin America of about $2 billion. So that means in terms of revenue opportunity size, for the first year, we are talking about a revenue between 80 million to 100 million. for the first year. And that's because our goal is to reach 1 million people. We have already a third of that because we have already 330,000 people, users, with a $10 recurring monthly spend, so that produce this revenue. And for the second year, our projection is from 250 million to 300 million, because our goal is to reach 3 million people with the same $10 recurring monthly spend. So now we are talking about the product and the big difference between the standard or traditional banking system and NanoBanco. And the difference is making a smart first step. We first, to providing that you have to have biometric verification that certifies that you are a person, we create an account for you. In the bank, you have to show your ID issued by any country and show many papers, so that process is not really efficient. And in the second step, depending of your transactional behavior, we allow you to operate for any amount. And yeah, that's it. But in the traditional banking, it only accepts local documents, cannot analyze transactional behavior between jurisdictions. So by changing the way a customer starts, NanoBanco starts with a human vision of giving access to the banking network. Now, I'm going to show you the features, the main features we have in NanoBanco. So the most important is that you can convert anything to anything. So in this case, you can see you can convert US dollar to Bitcoin, and you can do local peer-to-peer transfer for free. You can do the same internationally, but with a commission fee. We have buy products and services with a smart debit prepaid card, dispersions of payments, and that kind of stuff. In terms of our roadmap, we have 3 stages. We identified 3 stages. So the first one, that is development of the digital asset highway for LATAM, for essential financial services. We have already developed Brazil, Chile, and Argentina, and we hope to finish with Peru, Colombia, and Mexico in the second quarter of the year. The second stage is connection of each jurisdiction in LATAM for the highway for account clearing between fiat money. So in this second stage, we have already developed Argentina and Brazil, and hope Colombia for the third quarter of this year, Peru for the first quarter in 2022, like Chile and Mexico. And finally, the stage 3 that we hope to do by mid-2022 is to have the interconnectation network for all the countries we are developing right now. So our business model right now have 2 business verticals. The first vertical is premium, where people can use this kind of service and they don't have any cost. It's totally free. And we have a commission fee vertical, where people can access to another premium services like conversion from anything to anything, from regulated and not regulated assets, international peer-to-peer transfer, and traditional transfer to traditional banking network. And we hope or project average monthly per person of $10 US. So now talking about financials, we have reached $6 million in cash during the last 4 years. So we think to invest this year the 30% in order to deploy the legal framework. That means have the regulatory needs in each country to operate all the network. And we have a cap table. We received a seed round in 2018. This is the composition of the cap table. We have a founders, a consensus that is a VC, a magma group that is another VC with this percentage, and a vesting pool of about 20%. So the good news is that we have a Series A round open right now. Our round target is $3 million with a pre-money valuation of $20 million. Finally, I'm talking about the competitive landscape, and you can see many companies from LATAM, like Bitso, that is similar in the service they have, NuBank and Rappi. So there are another reference from USA and Europe, but the most important message that I want to give you is the opportunity that NanoBanco represents right now, because the value. If you can see the value of the other companies, this is in millions of dollars. You can see the huge opportunity that NanoBanco represents right now because its current situation. And to close the presentation, we want to show you the team. We have two founders that are Rafa and Martin. We have a managing team in each country where we operate. I'm in charge of Colombia. We have people in Argentina, Brazil, and soon in Mexico and Peru. And we have a really, really outstandable tech team that made this possible. So that's it. Thank you very much.
Wonderful, Andres. Thank you so much for that. Really good. And so before I open it up to questions from other people in the audience, one that I had that that I thought would be maybe a good way to continue this in quite a few different areas here. But one is maybe you could speak about just crypto in Latin America more generally. Is it being seen as a viable alternative widely through Latin America as for traditional financial services and banking? Are people understanding the benefits of it vis-a-vis the lower fees for transaction costs, and how's it being used right now?
Yes, I can answer that. Mainly people in Latin America are buying cryptocurrencies as a store of value. There isn't much movement of payments or another layer of this new financial system. Currently, is the main usage for cryptocurrencies as a store of value. In Argentina, mainly, the people is buying digital dollars, these stable coins that represents $1, because there are many dollar restrictions in the country. So people cannot buy dollars freely. They have limits by the government. And also the inflation is also a huge reason. They are buying as to escape from inflation. But they are not really uses for payments. And this is because people that is in the cryptocurrency, there are several limitations of in the cryptocurrencies, like Bitcoin. It's not very easy for doing payments because it's very slow and you have to pay huge fees. And we are solving this with NanoBanco, because with NanoBanco, everybody in South America will be able to send Bitcoins to each other, just knowing the recipient phone number. You don't need to know the address. the Bitcoin address. You just need to know the phone number of your friend and you can send them Bitcoin without any fee and instantly using NanoBanco network. So NanoBanco provides a new way to operate cryptocurrencies, digital assets, and your local currency integrated in a single application.
Yeah, that's very helpful. And you know, and do you see these problems as being specific to LATAM, or could there be a wider usage in maybe emerging Europe or emerging Asia, or even a place like the US?
Yes, there's an opportunity there.
Definitely. Yes, but adding more countries in the pipeline of the countries to is from the regulatory framework challenge. Adding each country is expensive and also has a deeply knowing the framework for each country. So the opportunity that we see in LATAM is very clear for us because we are part of the, and we understand the problem as we are part in the ecosystem since 5 years. But also the communities from some countries, for example, Argentina or Chile or Brazil, are living in Europe. So creating a network effect that connects all the countries, it makes a lot of sense that make from an organic or from a normal situation that the service will be useful in other countries without being in these countries. So part of the framework that we are using now, it's make it comply with the requirement for Europe or other countries.
Great. Yeah, thank you for that. Any questions from the audience right now? We have a few people in the room here, more to come later. And of course, if you do need to follow up with the team from NanoBanco, please let me know and I will be sure to connect you. With that, I'll leave it, but thank you all so much for your time today, and we'll be in touch.
Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Okay.